Rachel, what can I say? How do you do it? Make me feel the way I do. You're my rock star. Whether it's moshing it up at a show, dancing to records in our living room, or being extra AF in the kitchen. I knew pretty early on that you were the one I wanted to spend the rest of my life with. I'm glad we both mustered up the little liquid courage to tell you I love you for that first time on Super Bowl Sunday in 2017. From the first night I met you, I knew we shared something special. I am so thankful we both decided to drive out in a December snowstorm to meet for our first date. We both took chances in agreeing to that first date, and I am fully aware that you took a bigger chance than I did, but I'll always be grateful that you did. The past 1,727 days, yes, I did Google that, with you have been full of adventure and new experiences. Although we have made many great memories, we have also had our share of challenges too. From dealing with your skin cancer, to losing my grandfather to COVID, to you fainting last month and having to go to the hospital, which worried me sick, and trying to plan a wedding in a pandemic. I truly know we will be there for each other through thick and thin. I love your punk rock spirit, your passion for social justice and equality, your willingness to take risks, your sense of adventure, and the way you give back to your community and try to make the world a better place every day. We always push each other to be better, and this is one of the things that I admire and boast about our relationship. I am truly grateful to have someone I know will be there for me and be my biggest advocate when I need them the most. I promise to be there for you through good times and bad. I promise to be faithful. I promise to take care of you when you're sick. I promise to always talk things out after a fight. And I always promise to get you water every night before bed, and that's the biggest promise. I love you, Rachel Elizabeth Gladman. You're my soulmate.
Sean, I want to start with a quote from one of our favorite songs. And all the past lives that I lived somehow led me here to this. It's taken me centuries for me to get to you. Half the people in this room have only known this version of me, and that's okay, because I'm pretty sure the other half of this room prefers this happier, healthier version. The most sincere truth is that the person I was before December 13th, 2016 doesn't exist anymore. That person had a few too many songs that saved her life. She wasn't afraid to die, and at times would have welcomed it. There were moments when I stood at the brink, contemplating my own demise, before hearing a defiant whisper of hope echoing in the chambers of my heart, calling out to me, just hang on a little longer. It will all be worth it in the end. It wasn't until much later, after meeting you and learning the nature of time and the fact that time is not linear, that I realized that voice was always my own, or rather a future version of me who knew this day was coming. You made it, kiddo. You found your happily ever after. My first vow to you is one that I have said and that you have heard 100 times, and you will likely hear it at least 100 more. I vowed to keep getting better. I wasn't ready when I met you, but you walked in from a snowstorm one cold December night and turned my world upside down. Sparks flew, worlds collided, and our lives converged suddenly. The phrase "other half" is so often misused, but through the lens of punk rock, we are equals and opposites, but all the same parts of a whole. I embodied an ethos, an attitude, even a look. But through the music that you shared with me, I found myself. You introduced me to a genre that spoke to my soul, that inspired me not just as a creative, but as a person. Then the craziest thing happened once I rediscovered who I was and stopped focusing on who I was supposed to be. I began to grow exponentially into the person I was always meant to be. Within less than 5 years, we made all my dreams come true. Which brings me to my next vow. Set a goal. It can be anything, and I vow that we won't only achieve it, we'll crush it. And then I vow to set our stretch goal. Because if we can make all my dreams come true in 5 years, then we should dream bigger. Because every time we dare to dream big, we start modestly. And once we decide that was too easy, we build something beyond imagination. And if I ever get in too deep, I vow to try my best to ask for the help I need. Which brings me to my final vow, because all my progress comes with setbacks, like we saw before the Green Day show. I reverted back to a dumpster fire for a few minutes, and I failed you in a big way. But you didn't fail me, because once things calmed down, you kept me hydrated. You knew I was losing too much weight to fit in this wedding dress, so you got me nachos. And when I showed you my very worst, you took a walk, you cleared your mind, and you responded with your very best. And that's what I love most about us, is when the other person is in crisis, one of us will jump in and always save us. We always jump in for each other. We always take those leaps of faith. And then a moment happened that purposely encapsulated our relationship. Fall Out Boy took the stage, and I joined the choir of tens of thousands of people that simultaneously sung out the same question: am I more than you bargained for? And you whispered in my ear, yes, but I'm glad that you are. You are also more than I bargained for. You challenge me every day. And so, my last vow to you is, when times get bad, I vow that we'll always find each other in the lyrics of a song. Because that's what's great about us, is that no matter how bad things get, we'll find ourselves in a lyric and our new favorite song comes up, and then everything's okay. I love you. Thank you for being mine.
I love you too.